Hello, I'm Abigail Aude, co-CEO of ImaginePod.
And I'm Adriana Dakin, the other co-CEO of ImaginePod, and I'm so glad you're here.
Great, so I'm going to share my screen so that we can dive right in. So welcome to our mini training called Unleash Generosity and Your Supporters This Holiday Season. Welcome and hello. We are so happy that you're watching this, and we would be really excited to meet you. What we do is we coach and train the very best kinds of people like you who are social impact leaders and cause marketers. And the way that we do this is through inclusive and collaborative group training environments. So this is the thing that we love to do most, which is teaching people like you how to grow their organizations. Here is a small list of just a few that we have helped over the years. And the strategy that we're going to talk about today, many of them have worked on to help them be able to increase their donations throughout the year and increase their fundraising programs. One time we were doing a training and one of the members of the training said, "What you do is so great. We need to teach people who have ethical and moral intentions how to use the tools of the system they exist in to really grow their impact." And we thought, yes, that's exactly what we hope to do at ImaginePod. And I hope that this training helps you do exactly that. So one of the things that we really believe in is helping nonprofits understand how to use funnels to be able to convert traffic more quickly and build relationships with people that are potential donors. So the way that this looks here is kind of like an actual funnel where you have an opening at the top that's very large, and then it starts to close in at the bottom where you have a smaller group of people coming in, and you're moving them from what we would call cold, where they really don't know much about you. Maybe they've never heard of your organization or your cause. And then you're moving them down to warm and then hot because they're learning more about you and they're building a relationship with you. And so this is what a funnel looks like. And our goal is to show you how you can use tools to be able to do this really quickly. So what this could look like is that maybe someone who's never heard of your organization sees an ad on their Facebook page and they see maybe a quiz, something that you've created that helps them discover more about themselves. So they're interested to learn what the quiz outcome would be for themselves, and they click to start it. And then they start to answer questions, which helps you to learn more about them. And then they get to a page that gives them the results of the quiz. And then they receive an email in their inbox, maybe with more information about that result so they can learn more about who you are and what you do. And you can really help make that connection between the result that they got in their quiz and your cause and your organization. And then you introduce them to your offer or to that big step of actually pulling out their wallet and supporting your work by donating. And so this is kind of how you would move someone through that funnel from cold to then warm and then being a hot potential fundraising donor, where they really start to understand how they should support you and why they should care because of the result that they got in this quiz. And this is what it looks like when you have a funnel like this running on the back end. You can see here what it looks like over just a couple of days where you get lots of people seeing your ad and then starting your quiz and then actually completing your quiz and opting into your email list. The goal is that you have this funnel running while you're doing other things, and you have your email list growing and growing, and you have more and more people learning about your organization, going through this funnel and building a relationship with you, going from cold to hot, all on autopilot. So Adriana, do you want to share an example of what that looks like?
Sure. So with one client, we worked on their full funnel approach, and we're going to show this it'll grow visually on the screen. So first of all, someone sees an ad or another type of outreach like email or an SMS message, and that it gives them a link to go that lands them on the first question of a quiz funnel, which you make easy at first. You want to get people rolling, so you ask a question that just has two possible answers, such as, how do you feel about inclusion? I'm for it already. I'd love to learn more. And then you go on to the next couple of questions that really it helps you get to know their strengths, their weaknesses, their challenges, their needs, so that you know enough to be able to diagnose them with something that's really helpful to them. Then this is the moment when they have the possibility to opt in if they would like to be able to go see their specific results. And you make their results really useful and tangible to them and their specific problems because you've learned about them by having them do this quiz. Then we recommend that they learn about their results in a video that you give. So you create a video that's specific to each of the different possible results and that goes through the real challenges that they have and the solutions that you can help them give guidance on. And then you offer them a detailed report that lands in their email inbox. And so they go look at it, they open their email, thus training their email platform that you are sending them the types of content that they want to see, which is important for deliverability. And they get their even more detailed results. And this is a keeper PDF that they can, they can look at in the future as well. And then from then on, this is them like entering your doorway, the house that's your organization. So then it's your opportunity to keep cultivating them, but they've already been warmed up by getting to know you in this funnel. So once in your list, the relationship continues and it grows like a plant. You can cultivate them with emails, with SMS texts, remarketing ads, live events, many different types of action taking. I mean, the world is your oyster here with how you cultivate people. So it's really about offering bite-sized chunks. This is an approach that we really recommend, and we love having this little strawberry graphic because it's like you're handing out a strawberry to somebody at a party. It's something that they can eat in one mouthful rather than overwhelming them with too much all at once. And so they're getting to know you. You're inviting them to dip a toe in the water, then maybe their leg, and then maybe go for a swim with you. So Abigail, I'll toss it back to you here.
So that should give you kind of a visual of how a full funnel approach really works and what that user journey kind of looks like and how it should feel. It should have bite-sized steps that really invites them to learn more, share a little bit about themselves until they get to the moment where you can actually ask them to take an action. And so that's what natural relationship building feels like in the digital world online. And that really helps you and your audience, right? Because it allows them to feel like they're really getting to know you and make a much deeper connection between who they are, their identity, what they care about, and the work that you do and what your cause is. One of the common mistakes that we see is that people do often set up funnels for their organizations, but they have some type of action or a flow that really makes too big of a leap from one step to the next. And so they don't really have a lot of people taking action in their funnel because the experience for that potential donor, for example, just doesn't feel natural, and they haven't really built enough of a relationship with the organization that inspires them to be generous and to want to give, especially around key fundraising dates like Giving Tuesday and the holiday season, for example. A lot of times organizations kind of feel like those dates sneak up on them, and so they just start asking for potential donors and past donors to give, but they haven't really built up to those dates in a way that feels natural and that has really inspired people to be generous along the way and has really prepared people to take those key actions around those dates. So the best way really is to make sure you're nurturing relationships all year long with those potential donors. So if you're wondering how, then you should definitely join one of our office hour sessions, because in this session, we're going to have the opportunity to really meet you virtually to understand what's going on with your organization and to give you some resources and ideas that will allow you to create your own strategic funnel and think about how you can really go into these key moments like holiday giving in a way where your donors are ready to actually give. So if you join one of our office hour sessions, first, we're going to talk about how you can use that really genius full funnel approach that we've been talking about. So you can think about, well, how would I bring people in? How would I cultivate relationships with them? And how would I activate them for our unique organization? And then we'll talk about how you can use that to generate a really strong and growing email list with really great data that will allow you to continue to build relationships via email ongoing. And we're going to talk about what it looks like to really fill your email list with potential donors all throughout the year, not just in key moments like Giving Tuesday or holiday giving, but really thinking about this as a full year-long approach towards those dates. So we're also going to give you our holiday fundraising checklist and some other amazing holiday giving materials to help you get those things done, because we want to make sure that you have what you need to really get to work and start getting those things done that you might want to be able to do to create this type of funnel. So if you join our office hours, you're going to first talk with us about your own fundraising challenges, right? We're going to ask you where you are, what you're doing right now to be able to bring in donors, with it, who are the types of donors you're reaching, those types of things. So we can really understand your unique situation for your organization. Then we're going to give you our persona template, which basically allows you to think about who your donor audiences are and allows you to create characters that represent them in a way that's holistic and really helps you really think about who they are as a person holistically. So you can think about their personal goals and motivations, their challenges and fears, and it doesn't make you feel like they're just a number or just kind of reduced to demographic information. So this persona is a way for you and your team to really understand your donors as humans, and it's a much better relationship development tool. And this is an example of what that looks like. We'll give this to you during our office hour session. Thirdly, we are going to talk about how you can set fundraising goals that are really specific and effective for your organization. So we have a template that we use that has great exercises that you and your team can use. This is what it looks like. So you'll be able to work collaboratively with your team and whoever those other key stakeholders are that are going to help you create those goals and help you think about the right types of metrics that you can measure along the way so that you know how your fundraising is actually doing and how to measure the impact and really evaluate what's working and what's not all throughout the year. Then we're also going to give you a content planning calendar so that as you're thinking about what content you want to share on social media or on your blog or via email, you have a space where you and your team can actually plan that out. So this is what it looks like. And then you and your team can really think about the channels, when things are going to be posted, and then you can either plug that into whatever platforms you have where you're scheduling that content, or you can use it to manually post every day and really think strategically and intentionally about that flow of how that content is going to work all throughout the year, leading into key moments like where we are right now with holiday giving. And then we're also going to give you our video storytelling template. And this template is really important because, as you know, building relationships really requires that people be able to see you and hear your voice and be able to really receive the passion and the excitement that you have around your cause and around the work that you do. And so in order for that to really come through, you need to create video. And video will, sometimes it's challenging, but it really will work more effectively. So what we suggest is that you use our storytelling template, which looks like this, and it will help you be able to do that successfully. And then lastly, we're going to give you our fundraising email automation sequence, which is actually a swipe file. So it literally is like the sequence with everything written out for you. And all you have to do is edit it and update it and customize it for your situation, and then plug it into your email service provider, and it will send out for you automatically. So if you're interested in talking with us and receiving those resources, then please click the link below. We would love to meet you and talk with you and really want to get all of those resources into your hands as soon as possible. Thank you, and we'll see you then.